This is hate mail on video, even better. It is Doyel Rules. Welcome to all of you. I'm Lauren Shehadi, and he, on the other side of that lens, is Gregg Doyel. Gregg, how are you?
Nobody hates me.
Nobody. You know what, though? I love your hate mail from this week. First of all, I have to meet the people that write in because they're hilarious. And second of all, I love the fact that you forwarded something to Gary Parrish and he wrote back that you were wrong.
Yeah, it's the last time I ever forwarded anything to that knucklehead. Thanks a lot, Gary.
That was pretty funny. All right, let's head to Arizona. You are not happy with the Cardinals' dealings, how they're handling their business, not only with Kurt Warner, but with Edge as well.
Well, it's the same old Cardinals. It's Kurt Warner having to shop his wares somewhere else. It's Edger James not being released, even though they are going to release him. They're just not releasing him soon enough for him to get a good job right now with another team. It's the fact that they've lost their offensive coordinator to another team, fired their defensive coordinator, fired their quarterbacks coach. They've let their long snapper go to save $200,000 in roster bonuses with that guy. Just every little chance they get to screw up what they had, they've taken. I mean, they're going to be 4-12 next year. It's the same old Arizona Cardinals.
And Kurt Warner's using San Fran to drive up his price, but that's part of the business. He's saying, look, dock me $1 million and bring me Anquan Boldin. Keep him.
Yeah, it's part of the business, but somewhere Tim Tebow wept, which I believe is a biblical verse. The thing is that Warner plays himself as holier than thou, better than thou, cleaner than thou, and it turns out he's just as guilty of using another team to drive up his own price. And yeah, it is part of the business, you're right, but we all kind of thought, well, I didn't, but people thought Kurt Warner was above that. Turns out he's not. He's just as scummy as everybody else.
Above what? Doing smart business?
Yeah, it's smart business, but go say about 10 Hail Marys when you're done, Kurt.
Let's talk about the situation in Denver, and let's talk about Jay Cutler. This is a situation that I don't get. They're saying, you're not our guy. Now they're saying, you know what, you're our second choice, but you're still our guy, even though he's an incredible quarterback. It's like The Bachelor Part 2. Do you watch The Bachelor?
Sure, about Jay Cutler, what I find outrageous, really, and I'm not a Broncos fan, but it's still outrageous that Josh McRoberts is their new head coach, comes over from New England, and almost immediately screws everything up with Cutler by trying to trade for Matt Castle, which is fine as long as you trade for Matt Castle. What you can't do is try to trade for Matt Castle, not get him, and then be stuck telling Jay Cutler, you're still my guy. Well, I don't think so. I think divorce court is coming their way, too, and Jesse Palmer might end up with a job after all.
It doesn't work that way, right? All right. Let's talk about Alex Rodriguez seeing a hip specialist because of soreness in his hip in preseason workouts. Dr. Doyel says, right?
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, but I played a lot of doctor in elementary school, and so I've got a lot of experience with hips and things like that. And I can tell you this, that medically speaking, one cause of a cyst in your hip is from injecting steroids right there. And the cause of a cyst in your hip and from injecting steroids is not because you did it 6 years ago. It's because you did it 6 days ago. And so I'm starting to think that maybe, just maybe, not accusing him, but just maybe Alex Rodriguez didn't quit taking steroids in 2003 like he told us, which would make him a big fat liar, which would be a big shock to me.
You were the only one that still wants to talk about that.
About playing doctor or about Alex Rodriguez?
Both. All right, moving on. Manny Ramirez has agreed to a 2-year, $45 million contract with the Dodgers. You say good deal, bad deal.
I find it a little bit heartbreaking that it's the exact same money the Dodgers were offering him 2-3 months ago and again last week. I really thought Manny, and more importantly his agent Scott Boras, were going to take a small hit. Even if they got 2 years, $44 million, even that, on principle alone, it would be beautiful to watch Scott Boras ask for money and get less than what he could have gotten because he's made a career of making other teams blink. Even when there's nothing there, he makes teams negotiate against air, and they always blink and choke, and the Dodgers did that specifically with Kevin Brown 10 years ago or so. Well, now this was his chance to blink, and he sort of did by not getting extra money out of the Dodgers. It's just a shame that he didn't take less because that would look so good in the headline.
Gregg, thank you so much for your input. Jesse Palmer's on the other line. We're talking to him about a segment that we're going to do, so we got to go. For Gregg Doyel,
I'm sorry I played Dr. Lou's girlfriend.